Okay, pal, here we go. 6:34, Thursday, 29th of January. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with you this morning. Ali and Gabby refreshed after watching some unbelievable football last night. Loved it, and I bet you guys out there did too. Now, if you like your cricket, listen up. England returns to South Africa next winter. As always, the Barmy Army were out there in full force, and this time you could be too. We're giving away a week for two at the 2027 New Year's Test in Cape Town. Every day of the match at one of the world's greatest cricket grounds, with flights, hotel and spending money all covered. Listen up, here's how to enter. Love the music, Ed. I see what you did there. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rates, or call 0343 418 7260. Lines close on the 6th of February 26, obviously at 4 p.m. That again is when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. Once again, your chance. Text WIN to 83338 now. Okay, good luck to you guys. Back to last night, because if you're a football fan, you must have been absolute heaven. We all were. Last night, 18 games, goals flying in from every corner of Europe. Tremendous, including one, the very last one, from a goalkeeper from who else's team but Jose Mourinho. The last second goal sealed a place in the playoffs. Incidentally, they thought they were there, found out they weren't there, and then the next minute, the goalkeeper's up for a last second free kick. The Portuguese side, and Jose Mourinho gave his reaction immediately after the game to TNT Sports. Here we go.
When I make the changes, I was told is enough, so let's close the door. A few seconds later, they tell me we need one more goal, but I cannot make more changes. In that moment, we are playing with one player more, so we have the game in the pocket. I just want to close the door, and I think it's enough. I have no idea of what is going on. When I was told we need one more goal, honestly, I was upset.
Unbelievable. I mean, it was hilarious, because we're sitting watching it, right? And just to back up what you said, Gab, the ball comes through to the goalkeeper, if you remember, and he takes it on his chest. Yeah. And we're all cheering, going, oh, look at him, he's killing a bit of time. And then all of a sudden, he gets the message. By the way, never mind taking your chest. Get up for a free kick. It was.
Like you said, you fancied them, and I fancied them because one down to 9 men after Rodrigo got sent off. Mbappe and Vinny Jr. aren't going to attack the ball defensively. No. I think Vinny Jr. was playing on the halfway line, with 9 men, not helping his team out. But defensively, Real Madrid aren't great anyway, are they?
Oh, I know, mate.
At defending set pieces.
Yeah.
But
sending us were poor as well. Yes. So, okay, we're going to try and dissect the absolute carnage of last night. Let's say a very good morning to European football expert Dougie Critchley. Dougie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dougie.
Good morning, guys. I'm very good, thank you. Great to be on.
Right, Dougie, the floor is yours. What did we watch last night? It was unbelievable, wasn't it?
It really was. It feels like Jose Mourinho, more than any other manager, is really the kind of king of Europe. You know, winning the Champions League with FC Porto, winning the treble with Inter Milan, some dramatic nights with Chelsea and Real Madrid. He's won all 3 of the major competitions, the only manager to do so. So that goal in the last minute by Trubin, what a moment. And a fantastic night for English sides as well. Yeah. 5 of the 6 sides taking places in the top 8. Newcastle continuing a great record against PSG, getting a draw in the Parc des Princes without Bruno Guimaraes playing in that game, with the likes of Joe Willock coming to the fore, who hasn't had a brilliant season, Jacob Ramsey playing his role as well. So I think most English sides will be absolutely delighted with progressing automatically through to the last 16.
What about Chelsea? I watched a Chelsea game. I thought first half maybe weren't at their best, but second half a lot better. Reece James at centre half was a bit of a strange one. He changed that and brought Chalobah on second half. But Joao Pedro, especially his first goal, was world class, wasn't it?
It really was. And he, more than any other Chelsea attacker, feels like he's really become Liam Rosenier's man. I mean, that's 4 goals in his last 4 games now for Chelsea. Interestingly, this was Chelsea's first away win in the competition since October 2022. They'd lost 4 of their previous 5, only drawing against Qarabag in that time. Napoli have been a bit of a mess in the last few weeks, mainly due to injury. Kevin De Bruyne has missed the entire season, or since at least October. Lukaku's been out as well. They've dropped to 9 points behind Inter Milan in the race for the Scudetto, due to those injuries, of course. So Antonio Conte's side, who have a really poor record, or Conte does, in the Champions League. He's only ever won 17 of close to 50 games in the competition. They just ran out of steam last night, but Liam Rosenior will be delighted, given the fact it's their first year back in the competition for 3 years, to automatically qualify for that last 16.
Dougie, what about the likes of Liverpool, obviously City and Arsenal? You would suggest maybe comfortable victories, but I think it is well worth mentioning in the Champions League campaign, an absolutely flawless performance from Arsenal.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. They've now won 8 consecutive Champions League matches. Only Man City have ever put together a longer winning run, and that was with 10 up to March 2024. They scored all 3 goals last night from open play, which I think a lot of Arsenal fans will be delighted about. And they have been way more free-flowing in the Champions League. Yeah. They created 43 big chances in the league phase. That was more than any other side. Level with Liverpool. It was great to see Kai Havertz back on the score sheet as well. So many Arsenal fans were hoping that he would be fit to start the season and they could more ease in Victor Gyökeres in his new surroundings. That hasn't happened. Gabriel Martinelli's now scored 6 Champions League goals this season. Only Thierry Henry with 7 has ever scored more for Arsenal in a Champions League campaign. And then Liverpool, the pressure that Arne Slot's been under as well. You might say they're only playing Qarabag, but Qarabag won against Benfica earlier this year as well. They beat Eintracht Frankfurt, who Spurs dispatched last night as well. But 6-0 was Arne Slot's biggest win as Liverpool manager. You look at Florian Wirtz getting back on the score sheet, Dominic Szoboszlai as well, 6 goal contributions in the league phase. Only Mo Salah has ever put together a longer run of consecutive games, contributing a goal or an assist. So great stuff from Dominic Szoboszlai, and Van Dijk also got 3 assists, the first time a Champions League defender has done that.
Dougie, tell me, Anthony Gordon had some comments the day before yesterday saying he was particularly enjoying the Champions League because he felt it was a lot more open. Teams would have a little bit of a go. Now, I'm looking at last night and I'm thinking last night backs that up, because not just for Newcastle, for example, but I'm looking at Arsenal, I'm looking at teams playing against Liverpool, whether it's City. And was it just last night because it's the final game of that particular section that everybody kind of goes for it? Or generally speaking, do you believe that teams are far more open and far more attack-minded than they are perhaps domestically in the English League?
Yeah, I think Anthony Gordon put it really well, Ali, and I do agree with him. I think what's happened actually is in the last few years, because the Premier League has spent so much more money than the rest of Europe, all up and down the league. You know, we've had multiple seasons where the Premier League has spent more than the other top 4 major leagues combined. And it's led to a situation where up and down the league, even if you pick out, say, Sunderland, where there's Granit Xhaka or Brian Brobby or Mukiele, or Everton with Iliman Ndiaye and Grealish, etc., there's Champions League level players that would start for the majority of other Champions League clubs in other countries at pretty much every Premier League club. So it feels like the league is just so competitive. And I do agree with Anthony Gordon. I don't think stylistically at the moment, it feels like Arteta has kind of overtaken Pep as the kind of manager that everyone's trying to copy in the Premier League. It hasn't led to a great standard of most Premier League games this season. But in Europe, where the physicality and running ability of these English sides really comes to the fore, and a lot more Champions League sides are having to go for it because of this league phase, which I think has been a big success actually since the rebrand. Because I think people forget that in the old league phase, if you won your opening first 3 of 6 games, you're pretty much guaranteed through, and there's 3 dead rubbers to come. The drama of last night, I think, makes the quite long slog of the previous 7 games, which can feel a little bit long at points, very much worthwhile.
Yep, spot on.
Absolutely. I'm looking at it. I want to ask you as well, if I may, which team, difficult one for you here, out the English sides, Dougie, which team do you think at this moment in time, and it's early, would be more suited to going all the way?
I think it's really difficult to look past Arsenal, if I'm totally honest. I know it's a slightly boring answer, but 8 wins from 8, I think across 2 legs as well. They look really dangerous. They obviously got to the Champions League semi-final last year. They had that amazing 2 legs against Real Madrid.
Brilliant.
The thing for them, I think, is if they're going deep in all 4 competitions, can they manage that squad? But we said in the summer, after their summer of recruitment, this is arguably the deepest squad in world football. They've got 8 probably world-class defenders. The one thing against it at the moment is none of their attackers are in real sparkling form at the moment. But if that can change between now and May, I'm back Arsenal out of any of the English sides to go all the way.
Dougie, I've got news for you, mate. We're doing it all again tonight, Europa League. So get yourself a bit of rest, okay?
I'm ready.
Thanks for your time this morning. Appreciate it.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, guys. Still to come in breakfast this morning.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
Yes, it certainly is. It's a breakfast of champions this morning in talkSPORT. Two-time Champions League winner, two-time Super Cup winner and Club World Cup winner Scott Carson will be here to talk all things Manchester City and what they can achieve this season. The trophies don't stop there. Premier League and FA Cup winner Phil Jones will join us to talk about former teammate Michael Carrick, who has had a sensational start at United. There is no doubt about that. And 2016 Masters champion Danny Willett will join us live from Bangkok. Brilliant, looking forward to that as the 2026 Icon Series gets underway. Don't forget my co-host Gabby Bonlaw won the November 2007 Premier League Player of the Month. Does that sit proudly in your mantelpiece, mate?
It really does, mate, because some people that maybe have writ that, Ali.
There's a lot of people haven't won that.
Yeah, but some people that might have writ that, maybe produced that, probably didn't even get in their school football team, Ali.
They're all,
you know what I mean? Last pick of the draft at school, so it's a great achievement.
I actually heard it was that bad. He was the referee again. I heard at school he was a referee. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.